I have to confess something. I used to be a Nintendo fangirl. Like, really. Heart and soul, all in, with shelves full of colorful game boxes and that little spark in my eyes whenever the red logo appeared. The keyword is used to. And before you ask, no, it's not because of the Switch 2. But let me start from the beginning. My story doesn't begin with a console, it begins at a desk. An old, humming Pentium PC. Gray case, a stack of floppy disks beside it. And a buzzing CRT monitor showing some low-res strategy game. If I close my eyes, I can still smell it. That strange mix of warm plastic and dust. The internet? Only sometimes, if no one else in the house was using the phone line. So I had to find my gaming news elsewhere, through magazines. Those thick, colorful ones with demo CDs glued to the back. I'll admit it, I mostly bought them for the CDs. But once that magazine was on the table, and I started flipping through the pages, I got lost in it. The sound of the paper, the ink on my fingertips, it was magic. At some point, I grew out of the Mickey Mouse phase and moved on to mouse click. Yeah, it sounds funny now, but back then, it was cool. It felt like belonging to a secret club, a place where it was okay to love games. And suddenly, Pokémon was everywhere. Those little creatures were impossible to escape. Game Boy games, stickers, magazines, it was all Pokémon. And I was completely obsessed. I didn't have a Super Nintendo or a NES. I barely even knew what they were. But I had a Game Boy Color. Transparent turquoise, my little treasure. At night, under the blanket, flashlight in one hand, Game Boy in the other. That soft click of the buttons, the dim green glow of the screen. It was pure magic. And maybe that's where it all started. The collecting, the fascination, the feeling that games were more than just entertainment. Then came the GameCube, that tiny purple cube with a handle on top, like it was made for adventures. I wanted it so badly. I saved my allowance for weeks, and when I finally held it in my hands, it felt like Christmas. Then came Super Smash Bros. Melee. I remember those trophies, the little descriptions, the history behind every character. Reading them was like opening a door to a whole new world. Suddenly, I knew names, stories, connections. It wasn't just Mario or Link anymore. It was a universe. I started going to flea markets, hunting for old consoles, worn-out boxes with bent corners. I didn't care about the condition. They all had stories to tell. Every scratch, every bit of dust, it was history you could hold. And then the Wii happened. Everyone was excited, except me. I saw it and thought, what's with all this waving around? I didn't want to move when I played. I wanted to sit back, disappear into another world, press buttons, not swing a controller like a wand. Gaming for me was escape, not exercise. And suddenly I was standing there, waving a remote, thinking, this isn't my Nintendo. I tried, I really did, but it just never clicked. Motion controls, pointing, shaking, it wasn't what I fell in love with. And when the Wii U came along, I was already gone. Nobody really understood what that thing even was. A tablet? An add-on? A new console? I just knew I didn't feel at home anymore. When the Switch came out, I was curious, but cautious. Eventually, I bought one. And yeah, I put the Joy-Cons in the wrong way the first time and thought it was broken. Classic me. But even after that, something felt off. This portable hybrid console, so bright, so slick, so modern, it didn't feel like my Nintendo anymore. I wanted to love it, I really did, but I couldn't. The games looked different, louder, flashier. And there were updates. Always updates. Patches, DLCs, firmware notifications. It felt like maintenance, not magic. I just wanted to play a game, not manage one. Now, looking back, I see things differently. The Wii was brilliant, just not for me. It brought families together, introduced gaming to new people, created shared memories, and that's wonderful. But I've always been the type who plays alone, wrapped in a blanket, tea beside me, controller in hand, losing myself in a story. No motion tracking, no account setup, just play. I loved the old controllers. They had character. The GameCube controller felt like mine. Modern ones, 4 identical buttons. Smooth design, no soul. Everything looks and feels the same. Polished, convenient, empty. So yeah, I'm not a Nintendo fangirl anymore. But that doesn't mean I don't love Nintendo. I do. I love what they gave me. Those nights under the blanket, those worlds I escaped into, those melodies that still echo in my head. But my way of playing has changed. I want to sit back, immerse myself, press buttons, not wave my arms. And that's okay. Some people love the movement, the modern, the new. Me? I'll stay in my little pixelated past, where a game was still an adventure and didn't need an update to be perfect.